Hi everyone, it's Adriana here again. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am creating with the Vintage Bloom stamp and colour sets that are available now from Couture Creations. There are 5 sets in this wonderful collection of beautiful stamp images that you can create some wonderful projects colouring in with alcohol ink markers or any other mixed media pencils or any other mixed media medium. So I've just created these postcards. I thought I'd just create and show you a different way of using these beautiful stamps. They are gorgeous images and they are beautiful on its own, but I just wanted to show you that in this set, in each set of these stamp sets, there is extra stamps. So I just wanted to show you a little cute way of creating with them, and I've created some postcards. And I've done some really fresh ones and I've done some really vintage ones, and I'm going to show you how I created them in my video. So the Vintage Blooms stamp and colour sets are available now. They're from Kit & Clowder in conjunction with Couture Creations, and they are gorgeous, gorgeous images. And they are stunning when you look at them. They've been coloured in by Elise from Kit & Clowder. There are 5, but this is 3 of them. And in this collection, you can do so many things with this colouring in stamp set. This one here they all have a large image, and also they have about 3 or 4 little stamps, and I'll have more images of it at the end of this video of which little stamps are in each set. So you get the large image plus these little stamps are also included in the pack. So that's a gorgeous daffodil, the flower, rose flower, and this is the sunflowers, and they've got some beautiful little stamps with it as well. So to create my little postcards, I cut out some blending cardstock 3.5 inches by 5 inches, and I rounded the corners with the rounding corner punch, and they created my base for my postcards. Using some of the little stamps, I stamped the postcard. Now that is from the sunflower stamp set. There's a little word element there saying postcard and this beautiful flourish element, and now I'm going to stamp along the side here one of these flowers, and that's how I created my postcards base. So here I'm just using, I can use 2 things, and I used the block precision stamp block for putting on the stamps and then stamping it with my outline ink pad, or you can use the precision stamp press, and this is just an easy way of using all those little stamps that are included in this collection. So here I'm stamping the little rectangle stamp which is in the rose stamp set, and then I've also added a border on the bottom which is also from the rose stamp set, and then on the one with the daffodils there is a beautiful post-it mark, and I've just stamped that on the edge there. So now I'm going to stamp one of the images from one of the flowers, and this one here is from the sunflower stamp and colour set, and I'm going to place it all in my precision stamp press so you can get a beautiful image on that every time. Now just a little tip, I'm just putting some paper underneath the postcard so I don't get some ink all over the bottom of my precision stamp press, and that's going to help just with cleaning and not making a mess. So as you can see, I'm just sorting out which section of that stamp I want to have on my postcard, and I'm just using the Stamp & Colour outline pad, which is used for alcohol inks when you want to colour in with alcohol ink markers. So you can see there's just the little bit of the sunflower and a little bit of the leafage from that stamp set. I have created some other projects with this stamp that gives the full image, but I'm just showing you how you can create these just different ways of using these stamp sets. So here I have the other stamp set, which is the rose stamp and colour set. It has a beautiful, gorgeous butterfly, and I'm just going to stamp that again onto my postcard size cardstock. They look wonderful as it is. You could actually post these to people just as it is and get them to colour it in. So the tip I'm using, the technique I'm using, they look beautiful coloured in straight directly onto your blending cardstock with your alcohol ink markers. But the technique I'm using here today is adding a little bit of the colour onto my glass media mat, adding the little bit of isopropyl alcohol in a little container here with a paintbrush. I'm going to water down the colour of the alcohol ink markers that I've just squiggled onto my mat, and that will give me a little very subtle and sort of water like texture to the colouring in. So I didn't want to really make this stand out with very harsh lines. I just wanted to make it very soft and subtle, and that's how I created these vintage postcards using a bit of colour from the alcohol ink markers and diluting it with isopropyl alcohol. Just another way of using the alcohol ink markers. They look very much like a watercolour effect, and I really love that effect. So once I coloured in all the images, I actually mounted them on some black cardstock, just a little bit slightly bigger than the original size of my postcards, and rounded the corners and stuck that onto black cardstock. I think it just sets it off beautifully. There is also a script stamp in the sunflowers stamp set, and that's what I use around the background. That is a really nice, very subtle script stamp. It's really pretty. So you can see how wonderful and easy it is to create with these stamps, and using a little bit of colour, not too much, with the twin tip alcohol ink markers and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and brush, you can get some wonderful, really subtle effects on your colouring in. You could also stamp on the front of your envelopes with these stamp sets and have a card that's inside with the beautiful coloured image. So now, just finishing off my little postcards here, I have some alcohol ink. Is the pearlized gold colour, and I'm just flicking on a little bit of texture, and you'll see, I probably can't see it in the video here, but it's still got a little bit of a shine of a bit of gold. Just adding a little bit of texture around the flowers, little dotting around with that gold, because it really shines beautifully. Beautiful gold metallic alcohol ink. So now I've just mounted it on, it's going to mount it onto some black cardstock, and that's my finished project today. So this is the Daffodil with the watering can. There are 5 sets, so I'm going to go through each one. This is the Daffodil one, and you can see it's got a border stamp on the side, the postage mark, and also another little flourish that was at the top of that stamp, plus the beautiful image of the watering can. This one here is the rose with the butterfly. On the side there you've got a beautiful border stamp, and you've got that beautiful corner flourish of like a stamp, like a postage stamp, and also another embellishment. And then this is a sunflower one that I used. I didn't use the banner, but I did use the script stamp, the postcard, and that beautiful flourish that's in the center there. These are 3 of the collections, and there are 5. There's another one that is the tulips, and the other one is a peony, and they also have extra stamps as well. I also created ones that are a little bit more dark and a little bit more vintagey. So I toned down the white, stark white, and added a bit of distressed colour around the background before I stamped and coloured the images. These are my fresh ones that I created, that I can see them mounted on black cardstock. They look really pretty, nice and fresh, with a hint of gold. Really lovely. I'm just really happy how these turned out. So you can visit couturecreations.com.au for some more inspiration with these collection of the Vintage Bloom stamp and colour sets, which are available now from Couture Creations. Be sure to watch more videos from me. I'll be back soon with another project using this collection. I'd like to thank you for watching me. If you really like this video, please give a thumbs up, Please like my page, write any comments you like me to answer to. Thanks for watching me. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.